Hey everyone, B Vance here. Now, if you watch part one, you know how important it is to really understand yourself. You took that quiet time, you thought about what excites you, and you made a big decision to truly know who you are. If you haven't done it yet, hit the pause button right now and go back and watch part one first. It's the most important step for long-term success. Now, we're solving life problems here, but not for you. We don't pretend to know you. Only you can know you. We are giving you the tools so that you can do it, so that you can own it. Just commit to the steps and don't shortcut them. This process will have long-term meaning and bring you long-term success. There are no shortcuts, no quick fixes, but they do work. Just do something for you. Prioritize you and your thinking. Turn off the outside noise for at least an hour. Now, what's life success? Well, it's a combination of important things. Career success, home success, lifestyle success. They are all your life. All parts need to be working together for you to truly succeed. Okay, you came back from your walk and you answered these questions. What's exciting to you? What's interesting to you? Why is it interesting? What are your reasons to like those things? And what will it feel like when you get into it and you do succeed? Now, your answers are solid, right? Like really solid? Because if you are not solid on your answers, you are not ready for step two. But this isn't a free trial period on your life success. That trial period ended on your 18th birthday. And you don't want a do-over. So let's not take the easy way out. Let's just do it right. So here's where we left off. Here's our life success equation. Know yourself plus pick a path plus go all in equals success for you. Okay, so now that you're solid on who you are, it's time for the next big step in our life success formula. Today, we're focusing on picking a path. This is about choosing a career industry that's right for you, and not just some random job. And the decision you make, it's not going to ruin your future if you get it wrong. But it is a powerful choice that starts your future growth. So when I say take a few days to focus on it and don't share it with anyone until you're ready, because this is your path, I mean it. Take a few days. Now, if you did, when was the last time you made a decision like that? It was the kind of decision where you said, F my past, F my debilitating thoughts, F what everybody says. That's the kind of decision that's going to bend reality. And the reality I'm talking about is your reality. But here's the thing. You can't be soft about it. Like I said, most people, they make kind of I'll try promises, they build excuse databases, and they wonder why they're still in the same old place. That's why you need confidence in the answers about who you are. So again, now we're going to go on to another big decision. But let's do this one right too, with the same conviction, so you can grab the power it's going to give you. And like I said, it's going to take some time to do it. When picking an industry, the first question is why? What do you really like about the industry? And here's a secret, making money isn't the best reason to start with. I mean, yeah, money is important in America, but it's a result. It's not the main reason to choose your career path. I mean, think about practical reasons. Do you like how the industry helps people or communities? How it builds America's future? Or maybe you know a few people in that industry you admire. Whether it's farming or banking or healthcare, choose an industry for reasons that truly connect with you. Now, to be clear, I'm not suggesting you should love what you do all the time and love the industry select. But you do need to like it. And you do need to believe that its product or service contributes to the betterment of companies or people, that it helps them. That is the key to success. You need to believe in what you're doing and that what you do matters. And this is why you need to spend a few days at least thinking about it. So again, take the time you need. It's a decision that, when done right, will be epic for you, because you already know who you are, right? And now you can move to the path picking part of the equation. That is your next decision. Just remember, you can't do that if you don't know yourself. Now look, this is something that is important. Usually, I'm a get it done now kind of guy. But the decision you need to make, it's a big one. It's not a definite life changer, and if you get it wrong, it won't ruin your future. So don't get too crazy about it, but I am going to tell you this. You need to think about it. You need to spend as much time as you need. The 3 days will usually do to privately focus on this one thing. And here's some practical advice on the process. It's your own process. No one else's process but your own. So unless you have a friend group, or dare I say parents, that will give you real advice without their own personal bias, I'm going to tell you there is no need to share this process with anyone. It's your life. And until you begin making progress and are comfortable with your direction and decision, don't feel like you need to share it with anyone. Now, what decision am I talking about? We already talked about it. Your career industry decision. Now, what does that mean? Well, it simply means that you want to pick an industry and build a career in. Not a job in that industry, not a position in that industry like Global Head of Investment Banking or Chief Operating Officer at Coca-Cola. No. Using these examples, that would be wanting to work in the finance services industry or the food and beverage industry. Next, now, what I want you to think about is why you chose the industry. What do you like about it? Why do you like that about it? What are your reasons? And on money, just make sure your reasons do not include making money, at least at first, not just yet, because that's on everyone's list. It's not a defining reason to pick an industry. Yeah, making money is important. It's super important. We live in America. America is a monster money-making machine. And yes, making money makes life immensely easier in this country. Nothing anyone can do about that. So you need to embrace that reality in whatever industry you choose. It's like a given. So making money is not a reason. It's a reality. So what are your reasons? Now I'm going to spare you the make the world a better place discussion. I'm talking about practical things. Because if you are in an industry, any industry, you're going to be providing services or products to companies or clients, which are people. And those services or products will make their lives better, which makes the world a better place. And I'm going to tell you that no company that provides services that makes people's lives worse stays in business for too long. So that's another given. Now here's a practical reason for wanting to work in an industry or even a job in that industry. You like what that industry does for America's future and for Americans. You like how it contributes value to people or a community or businesses in that industry. You like the way it leads the economy itself and how it innovates. Or it may be as simple as you know a person or two people who work in the industry and you like what they have to say about the industry, or you like these people too. See, it doesn't matter if you're looking at farming or banking or the construction industry or the medical industry. You need to like the industry you choose for your own practical reasons. Now, you might worry you don't have the right skills or degree for an industry. But guess what? It's easier than you think, and it's easier than ever to learn. You grab a book, you take an online course. If you pick the right industry, learning will feel like playing a video game. It won't feel like studying. Too many people pick a path based on what others say or what's easy for them. It's kind of like sticking with a school subject that you are good or okay at. Don't fall into that trap. Make a real decision for your reasons. Now, I chose finance as my industry, even though all I had was a history degree, and I learned on the job. And it's much easier now with online resources like LinkedIn and YouTube, and we have a ton of learning available on our app, a few important subjects that come free with the app, so download it from the links in the description. But if you are a reader, go to thriftbooks.com. We're not affiliated with them at all. They don't have a clue who we are. So click affiliate free in our description. It's wicked cheap and I use it all the time. Now, in fairness, some industries require certain skills when you're just starting out. But the good thing is, even if you don't have the education or degree to show you have the skills, it's easy enough to grab a book or an online course and begin learning. And it'll teach you very quickly if you made the right choice. In fact, if you made the right choice, you won't even consider it learning or studying. Like I said, it'll feel like you're learning how to play a video game, or learning how to knit, or how to rock climb, or shoot free throws. Just something you like to do and something you want to learn about. Look, I have worked with hundreds of people who are where you are right now, not sure which direction to go or why to go in that direction. And so many make a simple mistake. They don't take the time to make a decision that's right for them, or they don't know which way to go and nothing feels right to them. So what they do is they take the path of least resistance. It's like they get a good grade in math and an average grade in English in high school, and their teachers tell them to stick with math and then to work on their English, and then they graduate and they find out the world of math doesn't mean anything to them and they'd rather be in marketing. It happens to us all. So let's take real action. Let's make a real decision, a career industry selection. That's a decision that you make for your own reasons. Now, here's why it's important. Once you do that, you'll be able to figure out a plan to get there. Now, I chose finance, which looking back was crazy. I had a degree in history, no accounting knowledge or skills, and very questionable math skills. Just ask my teachers. But I made a decision to do it. And sure, if you were like me, you needed to make money while you were deciding and learning and finding that job. I waited tables after college for 6 months before that happened. But at the time, I never believed that the industry I chose was the wrong industry for me, and I kept perspective. I spent a lot of my free time, which frankly wasn't much, reading and learning about the industry I was interested in. So here's another personal story. Some of you watched our short videos and some may not have, so if you haven't, just remember I picked finance as my industry. But what you don't know is what my first job was at the trading firm I joined. I stuffed envelopes in the morning. I ran errands for traders and greeted the clients when they came to the office. And I answered phones and I directed calls. Like I was a receptionist for 6 months. I'm sure my title was analyst or associate trainee or something like that, but I was a receptionist. And didn't matter. I got to know the big money clients personally. I learned what they traded and what their strategies were. I read financial papers and financial magazines like every day. I saw every trade they did and learned who was good, who was consistent, and who was not, because those envelopes I stuffed every day for 6 months, they were the trade receipts. I saw what they were all trading. When I was sent out to get lunch, I learned about the neighborhood. I learned where the good coffee was and where the best pizza was. I built relationships with the traders and I spoke to all of them about all of it. So you see, it was interesting to me, all those little details, because I liked the industry and I made the right choice in selecting it. Now, that's the kind of experience that's available to you in any industry when you select it wisely, which means selecting the right one for the right reasons for you. So here's a chart that is popular for life path selection. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now, but I'm only using it to help you visually see the methods for your personal decision making. Some call it a purpose Venn diagram. Some people refer to this as the Ikigai framework, but that's not right. Ikigai is a feeling, it's not a framework. What you see here is a framework to understanding what is meaningful and purposeful to you as an individual. But for us, it's only useful to look at once we edit it to reflect on your career industry decisions. It should come as no surprise to you that the classic purpose Venn diagram addresses all the things you've been taught by your parents and teachers about creating a perfect life for you. What you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can be compensated for. Come on. That's a bit too touchy-feely for our purposes, isn't it? Since we're going to use it as a career industry selection framework for you, something practical that you can use today, we're going to make those changes right now. What you love, we will reframe as what are you interested in? What you are good at, we're going to call this your current skills. What the world needs, well, this one's a bit tricky to put into a career industry choice because, as an example, the world needs to build 100% recyclable batteries for power generation just as much as it needs to protect whales and the ocean. So we're going to relabel this one, which industries are growing fast to meet increasing demand for a product or service. What you can be compensated for, this represents your profession or the types of work that can provide financial stability. I mean, that's important because money's important. But it's also important because your choice, your industry choice, is how you will make money. Not just tomorrow or this year, but for as long as you are in the industry and for as long as it takes you to master the part of that industry that you really like. This diagram helps you see how much effort you'll need to reach a good earning level in industries you like. Just remember, your path can change, and that's okay, as long as you just start to think about it. And again, don't pick an industry for the money. That path will end up taking you into a life that will ultimately be filled with some kind of regrets. Okay, now that you have this visual concept, you'll need to spend some time looking into the 1, 2, or 3 industries you're interested in, and how much more effort you'll need to put in to achieving your version of a comfortable compensation level in those industries. Now, here are 2 things to consider. Number 1, the real point here is to get you to not only think about a path or timeline that gets you to the point of your comfortable compensation level in a realistic way for you. And number 2, that your path, your interests, what the world needs, that can all change over time, and that's okay. Just begin. So look, it's cool if you don't use the diagram at all, and you just take another walk with a headset or earbuds in and consider the questions. As a refresh, here's what those questions are. What industry do you like? What do you like about it? Why do you like that about it? And what are your reasons? I remember watching an interview of Chris Martin many years ago. I bet he doesn't even remember the interview if you asked him. And keep in mind, I'm not a Coldplay fan in the least, but the interview stuck with me when he said something like this. I was 18 and lost and not writing any good music, and I took a weekend to walk around Paris. All I brought was my Walkman and the Joshua Tree cassette by U2. I never stayed anywhere. Just walked and listened and thought about the music for the weekend, and it changed my life. Now, I'm not a big Joshua Tree fan, sorry Bono, but I do love the album at Red Rocks, but I digress. Point is, you need to close your mind from the world around you again and its influences, however long it takes, and make the career industry selection that's right for you, just like Chris Martin did. Now, what did he leave out from that interview? Only this. His mind wasn't blank and absorbing the awesome vocals, lyrics, and guitar riffs. No way. His mind was thinking about who he was and why he loved making music. He refocused his thoughts on what was important to him in the music industry. That is what happened. Do it right, for the right reasons, and you'll be on the path that will be hard to shake you from. That will bring you success for all your own right reasons.
Okay, CareerNet Nation, that's a wrap for Chapter 3. Now, we've included links in the description to resources we discussed in this video, including a downloadable PDF of our take on the industry selection diagram we edited and discussed. Now, go pick a career industry path that's right for you, and we'll see you in Part 4 of the Life Success Starter Pack series, where we'll talk about the value of going all in. And until then, I'm B. Vans, and I got your back.